Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruhu wa nu'minu bihi wa natawakkalu alayh. Wa na'udhu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. Man yahdihillah fala mudilla lahu wa man yudlil fala hadiya lahu. Wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa Allah wahdahu la sharika lahu. ونشهد أن سيدنا ومولانا محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله تبارك وتعالى عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه وبارك وسلم تسليما كثيرا كثيرا أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد صدق الله العظيم. First of all, respected ladies, Alhamdulillah, by the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala invited us for Umrah to the house of Allah. We were there for 2 weeks. Alhamdulillah, Umrah went well. Some of you might have seen the Zikr Majlis on Facebook in Mataf, in Makkah Mukarramah, and in the Sahn of Masjid Nabawi Sharif. Alhamdulillah, Zikr Majlis in Haramain Sharifain is amazing. Something different. In Makkah Sharif, you have Baytullah Sharif in front of you. And you enjoy the barakat of Baytullah Sharif, Mataf Sharif, Ta'ifin, and then the name of Allah, 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 looking at Kaaba Sharif with tawajjuh, focus, attention. So it has a different effect. And then Zikr in Medina Sharif. In Medina Sharif, we have the dhyan that we are doing Zikr with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. His presence, you can feel the presence of Rasul Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Whilst we were doing Zikr in Masjid Nabawi Sharif, the thought came to my mind, the hadith, wherein Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, لأن أجلس مع قوم يذكرون الله تعالى بعد صلاة الفجر إلى أن تطلع الشمس أحب إلي من الدنيا وما فيها. Sitting with a group of people who do zikr of Allah after Fajr until sunrise is more beloved to me than the whole world and whatever it contains. Imagine Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wasallam envying those who are doing zikr of Allah. I would love to sit with them. So we felt that when he loved sitting with these people, we are doing zikr, inshallah, we have his tawajjuh and his du'as and his attention. I said to our friends, we sit in Zikr Majlis with our Shaykh, our Ustad, our Peer Sahab, and we feel the effect of the Zikr. And over here we have the Peer of all Peers, the Shaykh of all Shuyukh, the Imam of all Anbiya and Mursaleen, Sayyiduna wa Maulana Muhammadun Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and we are doing Zikr in his presence. So imagine how barakati that majlis of zikr will be. So by the grace of Allah, Alhamdulillah, we used to have that zikr majlis, and ladies used to sit with us as well. In Makkah Mukarramah, they used to sit by us on one side, gents, on the other side, ladies in the mataf. Madina Munawwara, for the first 2 days, we did zikr inside. Then I thought to myself, ladies are being deprived. So we did zikr outside in the courtyard, under the umbrellas, on the green carpets, near our exit. So over there, ladies would come and join us as well. And they also benefited from the Zikr Majlis, Alhamdulillah. So, Alhamdulillah, Haramain, Sharifain are full of barakat, rahmat and maghfirat. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the love of Haramain, Sharifain. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the tawfiq and the ability and the funds and the money to get there and gain these barakat of Haramain, Sharifain. Alhamdulillah, we put there some Khajur Zamzam for you. Enjoy that Khajur Zamzam. The rutab is fresh rutab. Is this season's rutab. Alhamdulillah, just got off the tree because June, July, August they have the season. बिल्कुल फ्रेश रुतब उठारी और फ्रिज में रख दी, फ्रीजर में, और वहां से हम ले आए. हमारे दोस्त थे वहां मौलाना मुनीर खलील साहब, तो उन्होंने अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह ये हमारे लिए, हमारे सब ग्रुप के लिए हमने उन्हीं से ऑर्डर किया था, वो ले आए थे. उनके पास है फ्रेश रुतब अजवा. इसी तरह हमारे दोस्त थे हमारे यूनियन के मौलाना सफ़ीउल्लाह साहब, वो भी ले आए थे फ्रेश रुतब इस सीजन की, और अवाली की रुतब. तो अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह आपने वो खाई. कलमी भी है वहाँ, सुकाई भी है, खजूर खाओ, जमजम पियो, अल्लाह से दुआ मांगो, अल्लाह पाक दुआ कबूल करे. जमजम पी कर दुआ मांगो, अल्लाह हमको ले जाए वहाँ पर, अल्लाह हमको तौफीक नसीब फरमाए. दिसंबर में भी एक हमारा ग्रुप जा रहा है इंशाल्लाह, 18 दिसंबर टू 1 जनवरी, लेकिन वो फ्लाइट लंदन से है. जो लंदन से जाना चाहें तो उसमें जा सकते हैं. मुफ्ती नौमान या यूसुफ भाई अमला से कांटेक्ट करें. वो डायरेक्ट फ्लाइट है सऊदी एयरलाइन, और इंशाल्लाह ग्रुप उसमें जाएगा. वैसे हम लोग वी आर गोइंग टू उज़्बेकिस्तान इन अक्टूबर. इफ यू वांट टू जॉइन अस, इंशाल्लाह फैमिलीज कैन जॉइन अस. 1 वीक जर्नी, हाफ टर्म हॉलीडेज है ना हमारे बोल्टन की, और मोस्ट ऑफ यूके की हाफ टर्म इज बिटवीन 29 अक्टूबर टू 5 ऑफ नवंबर. तो बमफायर नाइट, तो बमफायर नाइट को वापस आएंगे इंशाल्लाह. जब क्लॉक चेंज होंगे तब जाएंगे, और बमफायर नाइट को वापस आएंगे इंशाल्लाह. तो if you want to join us in the Uzbek trip, visit Imam Bukhari, Imam Tirmizi, Tashkent, Samarkand, Bukhara. Join us in that group. Maulana Asad Sallu Sahab is taking the booking. The group is getting full very quickly. You can only take up to 50 people. So see if you can book quickly. So inshallah, join us in that trip if you can. Anyhow, I'm sorry, this is not an advertisement. I'm just informing you of what's coming ahead, inshallah. Now, with regards to today's lesson about our Tazkiyah. Now, remember, this is a special Majlis about Tazkiyah to Nafs, how we can purify our soul. We are reading from the book called Path to Perfection, which is English translation of Shariat or Tasawwuf. The author is Hazrat Maulana Masihullah Khan Sahab Jalalabadi Rahmatullahi Alayhi, who is the Khalifa of Hazrat Hakimul Ummat Maulana Ashraf Ali Thanvi Rahmatullahi Alayhi, and one of the senior Khulafa of Maulana Ashraf Ali Thanvi Rahmatullahi Alayhi. I saw him when I went to India in 1983-84. He was in Jalalabad. I was studying in Saharanpur. So sometimes on Fridays, it was holiday, so we used to go to Jalalabad and pray Jummah there and sit in the Khanqahi Majlis of Hazrat Maulana Masihullah Khan Sahab, benefit from him. And then by evening, we would come back to Saharanpur. So he was a very Jalali Buzurg. He was Pathan, Masihullah Khan Sahab, mashallah, Lahim Shahim, tall, and very Sahib Kashaf. People used to say, Hazrat को पता चल जाता है कौन किस नीयत से आया है, तो इसलिए you have to be very careful when you go to Hazrat. So very big Buzurg, and he wrote this book called Shariat or Tasawwuf, and it's a very nice book. So we have covered many topics previously. At this moment of time, we are covering the topic of akhlaq-e razila, bad habits, bad traits, how we can get rid of those bad traits. Now, today, Hazrat is talking about hasad, envy, jealousy. Now, this is a bad habit, and it happens to all of us. This is why Quran Sharif taught us to seek protection of Allah from the evil of the hasid when he takes his hasad out on us. وَمِن شَرِّ حَاسِدٍ إِذَا حَسَدٍ. Oh Allah, I seek your refuge from the jealousy of the jealous when he tries to carry out his jealousy on me. So when we seek Allah's protection, Allah will give us protection and we will be protected, inshallah. Hazrat explains that hasad is bad. If you see something good in someone and you hate it, and you bite your teeth and you wish that he never had that thing, or that thing goes away from him, he's deprived of it, or it is destroyed or crushed, and he is, mahroom and deprived of it, then this is hasad. In Arabic, our Ustad Hazrat Maulana Aqil Sahab Hafizahullah said, hasad means tamannae zawale ni'mati ghair. ये तमन्ना करना कि दूसरे के पास जो नेमत है वो खत्म हो जाए. For example, he's got good looks, so he becomes ugly, something happens to his face. Or he's got a nice job, so his job goes away, he loses his job. Or he's got a nice car, so I wish the car has an accident. Or he's got nice clothes, nice house, I wish his house goes on fire. He's got a nice business, I wish his business collapses. So tamanna, wishing the zawal and removal of the ni'mat of someone, is called hasad. Now, hasad is the sifat of Iblis al-la'een. He did hasad with Hazrat Adam alayhi salam. Allah told him to do sajda. He said, I'm not doing it. He was jealous. Why have you made him better than me? I am better than him. I have been created from fire. He is created from soil. And fire is better than soil. I'm not going to do sajda to him. So he was jealous of the privilege and the ni'mats that were given to Sayyiduna Adam ala nabiyina wa alayhi salatu wassalam. Hasad is said to be the first sin carried out on the earth as well. Qabil had hasad with Habil, and this resulted in the murder of Habil. So you see how detrimental and harmful hasad is. Because, cutting the story short, in the time of Sayyiduna Adam alayhi salam, Allah had made it so that Hawwa alayhi salam would get pregnant with 2 children, a boy and a girl. And through 40 pregnancies, she gave birth to 80 children. And the rule was that a boy of one delivery would marry the girl of the other delivery, and vice versa. So Qabil was to marry Habil's sister, and Habil was to marry Qabil's sister. Now Qabil's sister was a bit more good looking, prettier than Habil's sister. So Qabil said, I'm not going to marry Habil's sister, I'm going to marry my own sister. Adam alayhi salam said, no, you can't do that. He said, no, I don't like his sister. I like my sister more, I'm going to marry her. Why should Habil marry her? Why should Habil get my sister? He can get married to his sister. Now this was allowed at that time because there was no other way of reproduction. After, when nasal increased, lineage increased, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala banned it, haram. So Qabil was jealous and he decided to kill Habil so he can marry his sister. And he finally carried out that, he killed Habil. So hasad resulted in the murder. This is what happens today as well. Many people's hasad gets to such a high level that they just want to crush that person and kill them. They just can't see that ni'mat with them. This is why hasad is really, really bad. Also, Sufiya Kiram say hasad is the sifat of Yahud. Quran says, Am yahsudun an-nasa ala ma atahumullahu min fadlihi. Quran says, Wadda kathirun min ahli al-kitab law yaruddunakum min ba'di imanikum kuffara hasadam min indi anfusihim min ba'di ma tabayyana lahumul haqq. They want to make you kafirs like they are, because this is hasad in their hearts. The haqq has become pretty clear and evident to them, but still they don't want to accept the truth, and they want to make you kafirs as well, due to the hasad which is in their hearts, and they're biting their teeth, burning in their hearts. They don't want to accept the truth, and they don't want anybody in the world to accept the truth, and they want to finish everyone off, turn everyone kafir. This is hasadam min indi anfusihim. And hasad is the result of fasad fil qalb, corruption in the heart. It is the result of adawat and baghdha. Is- it causes enmity and hatred. So it is really bad, evil. Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, "La tahasadu, wa la tabaghadu, wa la tadabaru, wa kunu ibadallahi ikhwana." Do not be jealous of one another. Do not hold kina, malice, hatred with one another. And do not plan and plot schemes behind the backs of one another to put them down. And O slaves of Allah, be brothers. Be like real brothers. Create that brotherhood, sisterhood among yourselves. Be like real brothers, real sisters. Get rid of all that hasad and bughz and adawat and hatred and enmity and jealousy and rancor and envy from your hearts. Clean your heart. In one hadith, Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Shall I tell you who is Jannati?" Sahaba said, "Yes." And he replied, "The one whose tongue speaks the truth and the one whose heart has been swept." They said, "Ya Rasulullah, we understand the Saduqul Lisan, but what about Mahmumul Qalb? What do you mean by sweeping the heart? We sweep the room, the carpet, we vacuum and hoover it. But what do you mean by sweeping?" And he said, the heart which is swept and cleaned is the one at-taqiyyu an-naqiyyu alladhi la ithma fihi wala baghya wala ghilla wala hasada. That heart which has taqwa in it and which is clean, pure, and there is no desire of sin in it, and there is no desire of baghi and zulm and udwan in it, and there is no rancor and malice in it, and there is no hasad and jealousy in it. That is the clean and pure heart, and such a person is Jannati. Sufi, Safi, clean-hearted person, no dushmani with anyone, no hasad with anyone, being on good terms with anyone, being nice with everyone, softly spoken, gentle, kind, no arguments, no fights, avoiding all someone starts a fight with you, but Khuda Hafiz, thank you very much. Quran said, وَإِذَا خَاطَبَهُمُ الْجَاهِلُونَ قَالُوا السَّلَامَ. When ignorant people try to engage them in some dispute, they say, Khuda Hafiz, bhai, Assalamu alaikum. You go your way, I'm going my way. Like Ibrahim alayhi salam said, قَالَ سَلَامٌ عَلَيْكَ سَأَسْتَغْفِرُ لَكَ رَبِّي إِنَّهُ كَانَ بِي حَفِيًّا. He said to his father, Abba, Assalamu alaikum, Khuda Hafiz, I'm going. So you leave and ignore that. This is what is needed to keep the heart clean. Be at peace with everyone. If you can't get along with anyone, then Khuda Hafiz, you go your way, they go their way. All you have to do is just Assalamu alaikum when you meet. That's enough. You don't have to treat everyone with utmost kindness. You don't have to feed them biryani all the time and chai and coffee and biscuits. No, if you meet them, you greet them. That's enough. That is what is required. Now, if you don't even do that, you turn your face away, then that is called hijran, tark. And hajr is not allowed for more than 3 days. After 3 days, you must go on speaking terms, at least do salam. That should be enough. Anyhow, Hazrat Rahmatullahi alayhi explained over here that hasad has 3 levels. One is that it is a kayfiyati insaniya in which a person is ma'zoor and excused. The natural feature. We naturally sometimes feel a little bit of jealousy towards someone. Now, this natural feeling is not blameworthy because it's not in our control. To act on that feeling is blameworthy. To carry it out and to go ahead and do something, that is wrong. So if you get that feeling and you ignore it and you say, Tawbah, Tawbah, astaghfirullah, la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah, why am I getting this feeling? I shouldn't have this feeling towards them. Then this is rewarding because you're trying to rectify yourself, correct yourself. You will get sawab in there. So the natural feeling is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There is um, no reproach from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on there. The second thing is what we've just mentioned. You get that feeling, you entertain it, and you act upon it. You try to harm the other person. You wish that something happens, you carry it out. For example, you don't like him having that job, so you go to the supervisor and complain about him. He shouldn't be getting this job, and he did this, and you tell lies, fabricate lies against him, and he loses that job. This is sin. This is guna. For this, you will be held to account on the day of Qiyamah. And the reason for this type of hasad is, Hazrat mentioned, takabbur, ghurur, adawat, khabasat nafs. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving the other person one ni'mat, and you are objecting on Allah that why did you give him that ni'mat? You shouldn't have given him to me. You should have given it to me. I deserve it. He shouldn't get it. I should get it. So it's due to some pride, haughtiness in your heart, some disease in your heart, some adawat and khabasat of nafs, and it's due to your i'tiraz, an objection on the taqseem of Allah, the distribution by Allah, that Allah gave him that ni'mat, Allah did not give you, so you are objecting on Allah, accusing Allah, why did you give him that ni'mat, why did you not give me? This is the habit of Iblis, and this is why it's called a disease of the heart, and it's one of the worst diseases. In one hadith, Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, Iman and hasad cannot combine together in the heart of a person. Meaning, if you have complete Iman and faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you won't carry out your jealousy on other people. And if you are carrying out your jealousy on other people, then you are deprived of the Iman. You need to bring that faith and Iman in your heart so that your jealousy can be cured and you can correct yourself. And this is why Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, hasad burns hasanat just as fire burns dry wood. If you would dry wood and the fire, barbecue, warm fire, is going to burn within a few minutes. Similarly, you had some good deeds, amal, but you were jealous of someone and you tried to carry out that on him and harm that person, and you're always, angry. Even when you're sleeping, you're thinking about them and you're angry at them. When you're walking, talking, when you see them, you're angry at them, you bite your teeth. Then this burns your hasanat. It harms you in deen and in dunya. In deen, it harms you because it burns your hasanat. And in dunya, it harms you because it burns your peace of mind. You're always jealous, you're always angry at the other person. So, this is why Huzur Pak sallallahu alayhi wasallam perhaps said this. In one hadith, Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, Dabba ilaykum da'ul umami qablakum. The disease of the previous nations has creeped into your hearts as well. And he said, Al-Hasad wal-Baghza. Hasad and Bughz was the disease of the previous nations. They used to be jealous of one another. And this disease is creeping into your hearts as well. So don't let hasad get the better of you. Control yourself, cure it. Now, What is the ilaj and cure for hasad? Hazrat Maulana Masihullah Saab mentioned that number one, you should praise the other person towards whom you feel hasad. Even if it's with takalluf, you have to force yourself to do it. But you have to praise their good habits. Oh, he's a nice person, she's a nice person. And number two, you should show kindness to them. Give them some gift, hadiah, maybe a pen or a perfume or a rumal or a shawl or scarf. Give them some hadiah. And number three, tawazu. Humble yourself before them. Tawazu. Show some humility to them. And number four, I would add to that, make dua for them. That Allah, you've blessed them with this ni'mat, increase their ni'mat. I don't want to feel jealous in my heart. Thank you. I thank you for giving me this realization that this is hasad. I don't want to do hasad with them. Give them more. Bless. That's why, when you see some ni'mat on someone and you say, MashaAllah, La quwwata illa billah. You praise them, MashaAllah, you got a nice car. May Allah protect it from nazari bad. May Allah look after it. May Allah help you. May Allah let you use it for a long, long time. May Allah protect you from accidents, from this and that. Then the car will not get nazari bad and from you, it will be protected. You see a nice child, handsome baby, then rather than getting angry, you say, MashaAllah, MashaAllah, very nice child. May Allah give you barakah, bless you. You give du'as to them. Your heart will be clean, purified from hasad. And the person will also be protected. The baby will be protected. This is another point. Hasad leads to nazar bad. Nazar bad lag jati hai. Hasideen normally give nazar bad to the other person. They have hasad and then they stare at them with evil eye. As they staring, घूर करके देखते हैं. तो उससे फिर वो बच्चे को नजर लग जाती है. Nazar bad. Sometimes, the lady goes to the shopping mall with the pram, beautiful baby, some old gori buddhi looks at the baby. Oh, he's gorgeous. Oh, she's gorgeous. She looks really nice. And when she stares at the baby, it's like hypnotism. People hypnotize people. Then some poisonous effects come out of the eye and go on that baby. And the baby starts crying. And is crying all the way throughout the, shopping center, crying its head off. And so you come home and you give him Calpol, medicine, paracetamol, but it's not sickness, it's that nazari bad. So what you're supposed to do is just get the nazari bad out. And it's easy to get nazari bad out. Mufti Mahmudul Hasan Sahib Rahmatullah alayhi's amal, remember it very easily. 3 times Durood Sharif in the beginning and at the end, before and after. 3 times Surah Fatiha with Bismillah. Alhamdulillah Sharif up to Walad Dhalleen. 3 times Ayatul Kursi, Allahu la ilaha illa huwal hayyul qayyum up to Wahuwal Aliyyul Azim. And 3 times all 4 Quls with Bismillah. Qul ya ayyuhal kafirun, Qul huwallah, Qul a'udhu bi rabbil falaq, Qul a'udhu bi rabbin nas. And then Durood Sharif 3 times at the end. Basically, it's 6 things with Durood Sharif before and after. Surah Fatiha, Ayatul Kursi, and 4 Quls. Durood Sharif before and after. Read it calmly, and then blow on the child. Inshallah, immediately the nazar will go. When nazar bad is gone, the child will start smiling. Once I was on a flight. I was sitting a little bit at the front and at the back, near the toilets. On the other side, there was this baby crying its head out. Oh, so loudly. The whole aeroplane was disturbed. It was even night time. People were trying to sleep. And the mother was trying to calm it the baby, but it was having no effect. I looked back, and I was going to go for istinja at the back as well. So I went, and I saw Bichara, she's struggling. And she was a non-Muslim Hindu lady. So I just went round from behind, and I said to her, मैं इस पे कुछ पढ़ के दम कर दूं? And she looked at me, she said, okay. So I read this wazifa and dam kiya. Immediately, child calmed down. I went to sleep. वो भी बेचारी बहुत खुश होगी कि ये बाबा ने क्या पढ़ दिया. वो बाबा ने ये कुरान शरीफ पढ़ा. बच्चे को कुछ नहीं था, वो बेचारा खूबसूरत बच्चा था. नाइस, हैंडसम, गुड लुकिंग चाइल्ड, नो फेयर कॉम्प्लेक्स. सो नजर लग गई उसको, वो प्लेन में बैठने वालों की किसी न किसी की नजर लग गई, दम कर दिया, बच्चा ठीक हो गया. So hasad also results in nazaribat. Nazaribat is normally from due to hasad. Once I remember Maulana Hassan Sahib came here. He was an amil as well. He was doing chanda for his madrasa in Bihar. So we went to one place and they said that, this young man, he's got jinn, jadoo. Can Maulana Sahib check? Because Maulana Sahib was, an amil as well. So I asked Maulana Sahib, he said, chalo. Maulana Sahib, he said, bhai, iska koi 3 din ka pehna hua kapda lao. Banyan, vest or something which is worn for 3 days. And he brought it. And Hazrat read something, he measured it. It was maybe 2.5 or 3 handspan. And then he read something, and then he measured it again. And then he said, Inko kuch nahi hai. There was no jinn, no jadoo, nothing. It's all clear. Why does he fall ill and he gets sick and this and that, and evening time when he comes from work, he just can't get up. Something happens to him. So Hazrat Maulana asked, "Ye kaam kya karte hain? What does he do?" And they said that he works for the council. He's got a nice job, good money, and he was a handsome young man, 22-year-old, good looking. So Maulana Sahib said, he's got nazar. He said, bring him. And he said, nazar utar uski. And he did his nazar. और कुछ पानी पढ़कर दिया कि ये पानी पिलाओ उसको. बस अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह ठीक हो गया जवान लड़का. So most of the time it's not jinn, jadoo, it's nazar. And the nazar is due to hasad, envy, jealousy. So if you cure it, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives the cure. Padho, dam karo, Allah will give the cure. So today's first lesson was about hasad and the reason why people feel jealous towards others, and that it is a sickness of the heart and we need to cure it. And the cure and ilaj of hasad is, number 1, praise the other person. Number 2, show kindness towards them. Number 3, deal with them with tawazu, humility, humbleness. And number 4, make dua for them, that Allah blesses them. And make dua for yourself, that Allah protects you from this feeling. And I said in the beginning that this is a natural feeling. As long as you don't act upon it, there's nothing wrong in it, because it's natural. What is wrong is to carry out that act, to do something to harm the other person. That would be wrong. If you don't do anything to harm the other person, that won't be wrong. In fact, if you try to cure yourself and look after yourself, then you will get sawab and reward for protecting yourself from the feelings and effects of that jealousy. So this is about hasad. The second bimari which we read today was about bukhl. Bukhl means kanjusi, miserliness, being stingy. Now, stinginess, Hazrat mentions, is also a disease of the heart. Don't be stingy. Stinginess is that you fail to spend where you should be spending. There are mawaqi' where you should spend, right? On your parents, on your wife, on your children, on your family, on your siblings, on your friends. But you turn a blind eye, you withhold your money, you make them cry. Sometimes we get complaints. We used to get complaints of young girls who get married and the husband does not want to pay them to buy their pads for haze. And bichari, her father used to give her money to buy her personal needs. But now the husband is refusing. Well, she can eat in the house with the parents, she can do the housework and everything. But her personal needs, she needs money to buy her personal stuff. And the husband is not giving it. Sometimes there were cases where they have a few kids and they get family allowance. Now the husband goes to work and spends all his money in gambling. Comes back from home and he goes to the Ladbrokes betting shop and wastes his money on betting, gambling. And he says to the wife, you look after the kids, you get family allowance, you spend from there. But that's not enough. Bichari, she has to pay for the bills and everything. This is bukhl, this is stinginess. To withhold spending where you should be spending is bakhili. This is why Allah said, وَمَنْ يَبْخَلْ فَإِنَّمَا يَبْخَلُ عَنْ نَفْسِهِ. Whosoever does bakhili, he only harms himself. وَاللَّهُ الْغَنِيُّ وَأَنْتُمُ الْفُقَرَاءُ. Allah is ghani, you are the faqir. We need to spend in the path of Allah as well. Bakhili is to stop giving zakat. I'm not going to give zakat. To not give sadaqah khairat. Why should I spend in the path of Allah? You see a poor man, you are able to help them, but you say, no, I'm not helping you, go away from here. This is bakhili, stinginess. To stop spending, not spend where you should be spending is bukhl. So, Hazrat said, bakhili is a disease. Hazrat mentioned that sometimes the Sharia tells you to spend and you don't spend. That is bakhili. Other times when you feel like spending in a ma'asiyat and sin. Now, if you withhold your money from spending in the ma'asiyat and sin, then this is not bakhili. This is good. This is praiseworthy. Because you should not be wasting your money in ma'asiyat and sin and disobedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that won't be classed as bukhl. That will be good. Then also we have to remember that the opposite of bukhl is sakhawat, generosity. And you have to remember that hadith says, as-sakhiyu qareebun min Allah, qareebun min al-nas, qareebun min al-jannah, ba'eedun min al-shaytan. Wal-bakhil ba'eedun min Allah, ba'eedun min al-nas, ba'eedun min al-jannah, qareebun min al-shaytan. Sakhi is close to Allah, close to the people, close to Jannat, and distant from Shaitan. And a bakhil is further away from Allah and further away and distanced from the people and is distanced from the Jannat, and he is very close to Shaitan. In another riwayat, it mentions that Sakha is the name of a tree in Jannat. Whoever is Sakhi holds on to a branch of that tree and that tree pulls him into Jannat. And Bukhl is the name of a tree in Jahannam. Whosoever does Bukhl holds a branch of that tree and that tree pulls him into Jahannam. So be Sakhi, be generous, don't be bakhil, don't be stingy. Hazrat mentioned the ilaj of bukhl is to get rid of the love of wealth from your heart. Don't love money, don't love wealth. Fill your heart with the love of Allah, love of His Rasul, love of Akhirat, and remove from your heart the love for dunya, the love for mal, the love for wealth, the love for properties. You have this love of mal and wealth and properties, and then you will be stingy. If you remove that and you spend, and you bring Allah's love in your heart, Allah will give you tawfiq to spend. And you will give, you will bring zuhd in you. You will become zahid, abid, zahid, ascetic, a nice person. You will become sakhi, generous, open hearted. You will be spending where you should be spending. We're not saying wasting money, that's another thing, israf. We're not telling you to do israf. We're telling you to spend where you should be spending according to the best of your ability. This is called sakhawat. So, today we've covered two diseases of the heart: hasad, envy, jealousy, and the cure for it, and bukhl, stinginess, and the cure for it. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala purify ourselves, our souls, and give us tawfiq to, do tazkiyah of our nafs. As Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam mentioned the dua in the hadith, Allahumma ati nafsi taqwaha wa zakkiha anta khayru man zakkaha anta waliyuha wa mawlaha. Oh Allah, purify my soul. You are the best to purify it. And you are the wali and mawla, the guardian and the patron and the master of my soul. So cleanse my soul, purify my soul, and give me the ability to look after myself and do the things which I should be doing and avoid the things which I should be avoiding. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq to put into practice whatever we learn. May Allah be pleased with us. We'll have short majlis of zikr and then short dua, and then we will have some nashta. Our respected Mushtaq Bhai and his Ahliya Muhtarama have brought some samosas for you. You can enjoy those samosas. Qari Naeem Saab brought some cakes as well, because Qari Naeem Saab says, I'm on diet, I'm not eating cakes, so I'm going to feed cakes to others. So mashallah, he's brought some nice cakes for you. You can enjoy the cakes, and there will be tea, pizza as well. Mashallah. Maulana Bilal Saab is saying there's pizzas as well. Okay, 10 minutes short zikr, and then we'll do nashta inshallah. Focus on your heart, close your eyes, look towards the left where the heart is, and then make intention that I'm trying to clean my heart and get rid of all the bad habits, and throwing ghairullah out of my heart towards my right shoulder, saying La ilaha, and then illallah, whilst focusing on the heart, that I'm bringing Allah in my heart. Allah, I want to get rid of everything else besides you from my heart and cleanse my heart and my soul. And do this dhikr. We'll do 1 tasbih of kalma tayyibah and 3 tasbihs of ismizat, and then we'll make dua. Afzalu zikri la ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa baraka wa sallama tasliman kathiran kathira. La ilaha illallah, 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 la ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. La ilaha illallah, 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 la illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. لا إله إلا الله 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 محمد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لا إله إلا الله 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 محمد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لا إله إلا الله 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 محمد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لا إله إلا الله 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 محمد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه وبارك وسلم تسليما كثيرا كثيرا الله 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 Allah, 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 Allah. La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa baraka wa sallama tasliman kathiran kathira. Ya Rabbi salli wa sallim daiman abadan ala habibika khairil khalqi kullihim huwa al-habib alladhi turja shafa'atuhu لكل هول من الأهوال مقتحمي. الله حاضري، الله ناظري، الله معي، الله حاضري، الله ناظري، الله معي، الله حاضري، الله ناظري، الله معي. أستغفر الله، أستغفر الله، أستغفر الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم وأتوب إليه. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. اللهم لك الحمد ولك الشكر. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم تسليما. اللهم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. رب اغفر وارحم وأنت خير الراحمين. اللهم آت نفوسنا تقواها وزكها أنت خير من زكاها أنت وليها ومولاها या रहमान राहिमी। आज अपने फजल व करम से हम सब की मग़फ़िरत फरमा दीजिए, हम में से किसी एक को भी यहाँ से महरूम न उठने दीजिए। Allah, don't let a single person from among us go deprived from here. Allah, give us all maximum share of the rahmah and mercy and barakat and maghfirat which is showering upon the hearts at the moment. Give us tawfiq to do your zikr with proper tawajjuh and attention and concentration. Accept our humble zikr from us. Oh Allah, give us your love, your muhabbat, your ma'rifat, your gnosis. Oh Allah, Give us a tawfiq to understand you as you are and to behave properly with you. Give us your love and your muhabbat and your ita'at and your obedience. Oh Allah, give us the love of your beloved Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Oh Allah, give us the love of akhirah, love of Jannah. Oh Allah, and give us the tawfiq to do what needs to be done. Oh Allah, give us a life of taqwa and parhezgari and piety. Oh Allah, ladies are here. Oh Allah, accept their coming over here. Reward them for every step they took from their home to over here. And oh Allah, do tazkiyah of their nufus and give them your qurban, your muhabbat. Get rid of all the bad habits from our hearts. And oh Allah, give us all the good habits. Oh Allah, akhlaq hasana, fadila से हमको आरास्ता पैरास्ता मुज़य्यन फरमाइए और अखलाक रजीला सय्या से नजात अता फरमाइए। अल्लाह हम सबको नेक और सालिह और परहेजगार और मुत्तकी बनाइए और हर किस्म के माहौल के बुरी असरात से हमारी हिफाजत फरमाइए। हमारे यहाँ जमा होना कबूल फरमाइए। जो कुछ कहा सुना पढ़ा उस पर अमल की तौफीक अता फरमाइए। अल्लाह हमारी तमाम ज़रूरतों को ख़ज़ाने गैब से पूरा फरमाइए। हमारे बच्चों को नेक बनाइए, सालिह बनाइए, आँखों की ठंडक और खुशी का ज़रिया और हाफिज़ और आलिम दीन का दाई खादिम बनाइए। 5 वक्त का नमाजी बनाइए। परवरदिगार आलम हमारी बच्चियों पर भी रहम फरमाइए। परवरदिगार आलम हमारी टूटी फूटी दुआएं सुन लीजिए, सबकी सारी ज़रूरतें पूरी फरमाइए। रब्बना तक़ब्बल मिन्ना इन्नका अंतस समीउल अलीम व तुब अलैना इन्नका अंतत तव्वाबुर रहीम। सल्लल्लाहु व सल्लिम अला सय्यिदिना मुहम्मद व आलिहि व सहबिहि अजमईन बिरहमतिका या अरहमर राहिमीन। अल्लाह पाक जिन्होंने नाश्ता तैयार किया है उनको भी जज़ाए खैर अता फरमाए। उनकी जान में, माल में, इज्जत आबरू औलाद में, सेहत में, तंदुरुस्ती में बरकत अता फरमाए। घर में कोई बीमार हो उसको भी शिफा सेहत नसीब फरमाए। वहाँ बाहर किताबें रखी हैं, अनवारुल मिशकात, ये हज़रत शेख यूनुस साहब रहमतुल्लाह अलैह की मिशकात शरीफ की तकरीर है। शरह समझिए, बहुत प्यारी है, बहुत बेहतरीन शरह है। इट्स इन 4 वॉल्यूम्स। वन वॉल्यूम इज 8 pounds, but if you want to take a whole set then you can take it for 30 pounds। मौलाना बिलाल साहब कुछ और डिस्काउंट भी दे सकते हैं। 30 से कम कुछ कर दो नहीं यार, बेचारी बच्चियों के लिए आसानी कर दो। 25 कर दें आज के दिन के लिए। वैसे तो 30 है, लेकिन आज लेडीज में से कोई ले जाना चाहे, सिर्फ आज के लिए है स्पेशल डिस्काउंट। स्पेशल डिस्काउंट इज 8 pounds फॉर वन बुक, बट इफ यू वांट द होल सेट जस्ट फॉर टुडे, मोहना बिलास साहब है, उसको लिख देना है जस्ट फॉर टुडे 25 pounds, otherwise it's 30 pounds for the whole set, all 4 volumes for 30 pounds, but just for today 25 pounds। ओके, तो लेते जाओ आपके लिए, आपके फ्रेंड के लिए, कोई मिशकात पढ़ रहा आपके घर में, रिश्तेदारों में, उसके लिए दे दो। बहुत फ़ायदा वाली किताब है, बहुत मुफीद है, बेहतरीन शरह है। अस्सलाम वालेकुम। हाँ बस